Hello, this is a video on how to play the card game Manny. Now, Manny is a card game that is very popular in Iceland, but it's not really popular in any other area of the world, and I assume it is unlikely you have probably heard of it. And so, it's a popular trick-taking game. It's played with 3 players, right? And so, as you can see, we only have 3 players here. Um, And so there are many different variations within Iceland and specific towns and villages, but we're playing with, I guess, a common set of rules here. And so at the start of each hand, the hand being the player who, I guess, in this case, we're on hand 1, right? Um, Hand being the deal, the contract is selected, right? And so the dealer then deals out 12 cards to each player. And so the dealer would deal 4 cards to a special face down pile. Okay. So a lot just happened right there, and let's talk about what happened there. And so, um, and then each player obtains, you know, 12 cards, right? So we have our 4, our 8, our 12. In this case, we have 13. No, we don't. We have 12. We have 12. And so the dealer starts out by dealing 4 cards to a special face down pile called the Manny. And so what you do is you go 4 cards to the Manny, then 3 to each player, 4 to the Manny, 3 to each player, 4 to the Manny, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, like that. And so once you do this, you'll realize that the 3 players each have 12 cards, and so Bill has 12 cards, Mike has 12 cards, and I have 12 cards. And the pile called the Manny would have 16 cards. And so once each player has been dealt 12 cards, they can then exchange the cards from their hands. The cards discarded from the hand are placed face down in a pile next to the Manny, are out of the game, and are replaced with the same number of cards from the top of the Manny. Exchanging is optional, as is the number of cards exchanged. And so the person to the left of the dealer goes first and can exchange up to 7 cards. And so Mike can exchange up to 7 cards from the Manny. The person to the right of the dealer goes second and can exchange up to 5 cards. And so the person to the right would be Bill. Bill would exchange up to 5 cards. The dealer exchanges last and it can exchange however many cards are left in the Manny. And so I can exchange 5 cards from the Manny. Do note that we'll talk about this no trump here. But first, let's just exchange our cards. And so notice our exchange there. And so let's just talk about, right? So 12 cards to each player, 16 cards to the Manny. Each player has the opportunity to exchange cards from the Manny. The player to the dealer's left can exchange up to 7 cards from the Manny. The player to the dealer's right can exchange up to 5 cards from the Manny. The dealer can exchange however many cards are left in the Manny. And so in each round, there's a contract, right? And this contract dictates the trump and the rules of that round. And so, before the cards are dealt, the player to the right of the dealer cuts the deck. The card revealed in the cut decides the contract. And so, if you cut the deck, cutting means basically think about taking a knife and cutting the deck at a certain point. The card that shows up, and that's the card you're looking at here. And so, if a 2 to 5 come up, the contract is nolo, which means no trump suit. Players aim to get as few tricks as possible. Ace is a low card on this contract alone. It's a high card everywhere else. If a 6 to 9 come up, the contract is a trump of whatever suit the cut card is. All cards of said suit are higher than any other cards of other suits. If a 10 to ace come up, the contract is no trump. Players aim to get as many tricks as they can. And so if you noticed, a jack actually came up when we cut the deck at the beginning. I don't know if you remember, but a jack came up. So since a jack is from 10 to ace, the contract is no trump, and so we'll now aim to get as many tricks as we can. And so in this case, that was an ace played. Bill played an 8. I cannot beat the ace, and so what I'll do is I'll play my lowest card there. Mike took the trick there. And so let's just talk about the trick-taking rules. And so 12 cards to each player, 16 cards to the Manny. You can choose to exchange with the Manny. Each round has a contract. And we talked about that. And so now in terms of playing, a player leading a trick can put out a card in any suit, right? A player must follow the lead suit whenever possible, right? So you must play a card in the lead suit if you have a card in the lead suit. If you have no cards in the lead suit, you can play a card in any suit. The player with the highest ranking card in the lead suit takes a trick, unless there is a higher ranking card in the trump suit. The ace is a high card in all contracts apart from nullo, where it is a low card. The player who takes the trick leads the next trick. So this is just standard trick taking rules, with the exception of the ace being low in the contract of nullo. And so let's just play now. We'll play a king. We'll take this trick. There's no trump, so I'll play an ace. Play a jack of clovers. Play my 10 there. Take that trick. Play my lowest ranking heart there. Play my lowest ranking heart there. Play my highest ranking diamond there. And so let's just talk about scoring now. And so after a round is finished, you calculate the score. When playing trumps and no trumps, players receive 1 point for each trick they took beyond 4 tricks, right? So when you're playing the trumps and no trump contracts, players receive 1 point for each trick they took beyond 4 tricks, and they lose 1 point for each trick below 4 tricks. And so since I had 7 tricks, 7 is 3 higher than 4, and so I obtained 3 points. Since Mike had 2 tricks, 2 is 2 less than 4, and so Mike loses 2 points. Since Bill had 3 tricks, 3 is 1 less than 4, and so Bill loses 1 point. So that, I guess, talks about the scoring system there. We covered it, I think. And so do note that in Nullo, since the objective is to win as few tricks as possible, right? Points are awarded for each trick below 4 tricks, and you lose a point for each trick above 4 tricks, right? Because in Nullo, you want to lose as many tricks as you can. Plus and minus points are counted separately, and then you add them up at the end of the game. And so that's why you notice in this tally, I have 3 points here, while they have -2 and -1 points on the right side of the tally. In all honesty, that doesn't matter. If you wanted to count them up as you go, it would not make a difference. And so the game ends when any player has accumulated 10 or more positive points. And so I guess it does matter, right? And because I forgot about this, but the game ends when any player has accumulated 10 or more positive points. So that's 10 points on the positive side of the tally, regardless of the negative points the player has at the time. Once that happens, each player subtracts their negative points from their positive points, and the winner is the person who has the overall highest total score, or a total difference. And so we'll see that after. So we play another hand. The contract is nullo. What does that mean? Let's talk about that. And so nullo has no trump suit, and players must aim to get as few tricks as possible. Ace is a low card in this contract. It's a high card everywhere else. And so we like our aces. And so we want to win as few tricks as possible. We're going to try exchanging our highest cards from the Manny, our highest value cards. And we don't want to win this trick, and so we'll play or 2 of diamonds. Mike on that trick. Mike played a 2 of hearts. He played a 6 of hearts. We'll play a 4 of hearts there. And I'm not going to explain my logic as to what cards, why I'm playing the cards I'm playing. I think you'll sort of understand if you have some sort of basic knowledge regarding trick-taking games. I just find that I feel like it gets a little repetitive and not enjoying to watch when I'm constantly explaining the logic behind each move. And so we were lucky there. I should have played my ace probably. And remember, you must play a card in the lead suit whenever you can. And so let's just talk about why the contract was nullo. Remember, if a 2 to 5 come up when the player to the right of the dealer cuts the deck, the contract is nullo. Cutting the deck meaning just splitting the deck at a random point and looking at the card from one of the cuts. In this case, this is a 2 and an ace of spades. I cannot win this. I mean, I cannot lose this trick no matter what, and so I'm just going to play my highest value spade. Might as well. What we'll do here is we'll play our 3 of hearts here. And I'm not going to play hearts anymore because I know that we'll play our ace of clovers there. No, no, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Okay, good. I know that none of these players have hearts, and so I can play hearts, and I know I won't win the trick. And so let's just talk about the scoring, right? Since in nullo, the objective is to lose as many tricks as you can. For each trick below 4, you get 1 point, and for each trick above 4, you lose 1 point. And so in this case, Mike lost. He had 3 tricks above 4, and so he lost 3 points. Bill had 3 tricks below 4, and so he gained 3 points. I had 4 tricks, and so I gained 0 points. And so my tally is 3 in the positive, 0 in the negative. Mike is 0 in the positive, 5 in the negative, and Bill is 3 in the positive, 1 in the negative. And so let's play another let's play another trick here. And so do note that if a 6 to 9 come up, in this case I believe it was a 7 of diamonds, the contract is a trump of whatever suit the cut card is. So since the cut card showed a diamond, the trump suit is diamonds, and the objective is to win as many tricks as you can. Note that in this case we want to win tricks, and so what we're going to do is we are going to exchange our lowest value cards. We don't have diamonds, and so that's not really that good. That's really not that good for us here. We're going to keep our 6 of diamonds there, but what we'll do is we'll exchange the 10 and the queen here. Actually, we'll try to keep a queen of clovers there. We'll exchange the queen of hearts. Okay, this is very bad. We have no trump cards whatsoever. And so I'm not having fun regarding... No, are you kidding me, Mike? Mike is not being nice here. And so, yeah, this is annoying. It seems like these players all have diamonds here. I'll just play my lowest value card. And yeah, so I've lost this round just by luck. And that sometimes happens. I feel like I was doing pretty good before. Not that I am good at card games, but I try. And just these guys have so many diamonds that I cannot win this no matter what. Which is unfortunate, but that's how card games go sometimes, right? Sometimes luck just... Okay, I got a trick there. Okay. That actually did not end up that bad. That did not end up that bad at all. But Bill did quite good there. And so let's just keep playing here. As you can see, this game is very simple. But we'll keep playing here just for the sake of it. And so it's no trump, right? So we want to Get rid of all our lowest value cards here. I can't win, so I'm going to play my lowest value heart here. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Mike has a really good hand here. Mike has a solid hand here. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose this round again. This is really unfortunate. Yeah, this is really unfortunate. This is not fun for me right now. There we go, finally. There we go, finally. No. No. Yes. Please, please, please. Yes, okay. We all ended this round at 0. Because we all took 12 tricks. I mean, we all took 4 tricks out of the 12. And so let's see, the card cut is a 4. And so the contract is nullo. The objective being to, there's no trump, and you want to win as few tricks as you can. And so we're going to exchange our highest value cards here. Our jack right there. We have a pretty bad hand here, and so I'm confident. No, why did this happen? No, no, what's happening? Yeah. 2 of diamonds, ace of diamonds. Okay. No, no, what is happening here? Okay, I can't even win this, and so I'm just gonna get rid of my highest value card. This is beautiful. I can't win this either because I don't have a spade, and so I'm going to get rid of my highest value card. Get rid of my highest value card. This is beautiful. Worked out in our favor here. So I gained a point there. You cut it, it's an ace. The contract would then be, right? If it's from 10 to ace, then the contract is no trump. Players aim to get as many tricks as they can. So we are going to exchange all of our lowest value cards here. I think we got quite a good hand here. And so what we'll do is we'll start out by playing our ace here. Then we'll play our queen. And then we'll play our jack. Then we'll play our ace. Then we'll play our queen. Oh, Bill actually took that trick. Come on, Bill. Come on. Oh, Bill actually is playing properly here. My apologies, excuse me there. Notice that I cannot play this 9 of hearts, right? Once again, standard trick-taking rules apply. You must follow the lead suit whenever you can. And I hope just by watching me play, you're sort of understanding how to play Manny here. I apologize, I may be somewhat silent. And so the contract is no trump, with the objective being to win as many tricks as we can. So we are going to exchange our lowest value cards here. 4, 6, 6. And yeah, okay, this is a pretty bad hand, fortunately, but that's okay. This is a very bad hand. Mike has a very good hand. Nope. 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 Oh, this is unfortunate. And so I lost a point there. Contract is trump of spades. Why? It was from a 6 to a 9. The contract is a trump of whatever suit the cut card is. And so the cut card was a spade, and so the contract is a spade. What we're going to do is we're going to keep all our spades. We're going to get rid of all of our other low value cards here in an attempt to try to get as many spades as we can. And we got a lot of spades here, and I'm feeling quite good here. We do have to follow the lead suit whenever we can, and so we'll let Bill take that. Now in this case, Bill led with a trump there. What I'll do is I'll play a lowest value trump card I can. That'll take that trick there. Mike played his diamond there. I do have to play my heart, right? And there we go. Now it's time to begin our sequence. We'll let him play that, and then we'll take it right back. These guys do not have that many trumps, and so I'm feeling quite confident here. Yeah. Right, and so we gained a point there. That's good, and I think you can sort of see how to play, but we'll finish the game just for the sake of it. So it's trump, and we want to take as many tricks as we can. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of all of our lowest value cards here. So this is quite a bad hand. Actually, I don't think it's beneficial to sit here and finish out the entire game. But then again, I do want you guys to see the scoring system here. Okay, yeah, we'll just end it here. And so let's sum up. And so once again, right? Each player's dealt 12 cards. 4 to the Manny, 3 to each player, 4 to the Manny, 3 to each player, 4 to the Manny, 3 to each player. And you keep going until the entire deck has been dealt. At the end, the Manny will have 16 cards and each player will have 12 cards. Once each player has been dealt 12 cards, they can exchange the cards from their hands. The cards discarded from the hand are placed face down in a pile next to the Manny, and are replaced with the same number of cards from the top of the Manny. The person to the left of the dealer goes first and can exchange up to 7 cards. The person to the right of the dealer goes second and can exchange up to 5 cards. The dealer exchanges last and can exchange however many cards are left in the Manny. If the other two players exchange the maximum allowed number of cards, right, then obviously the dealer will have 4 cards left to exchange. But that's just basic math there. In each round, there is a contract that dictates the trump and the rules of that round. Before the cards are dealt, the player to the right of the dealer cuts the deck. The card revealed in the cut decides the contract. And so if a 2 to 5 come up, the contract is nullo, which has no trump suit. Players must aim to get as few tricks as possible. Ace is a low card in this contract alone. It is a high card everywhere else. If a 6 to 9 come up, the contract is a trump of whatever suit the cut card is. All cards of said suit are higher than any cards of other suits, right? That's just basic trick-taking rules. The trump suit is the highest. If a 10 to ace come up, the contract is no trump. Players aim to get as many tricks as they can. And so a player leading a trick, right, that's just standard trick-taking rules. The player who wins the trick leads the next trick. You must play a card in the lead suit whenever possible. The ace is a high card in all contracts except apart from nullo, where it is a low card. After a round is finished, the score is calculated. When playing trumps and no trumps, players receive 1 point for each trick they took beyond 4 tricks, and 1 negative point for each trick below 4 tricks. In nullo, the points are reversed. You gain points for each trick below 4 tricks, and you lose points. You gain, in the aka, you get negative points for each trick above 4 tricks. Positive and negative points are counted separately until the end of the game. And the game ends when any player has accumulated 10 or more points, regardless of the negative points the player has at the time. At that point, each player subtracts their negative points from their positive points, and the player who has the overall highest total score is the winner. And so in this case, I'm not sure how many points we were actually at, but let's just try. Let's just see. Once again, I'm trying to take as many tricks as I can here. That summed it up pretty well, and so I'm not going to sum it up again. But let's just play out this round. If we're close to 10, then we'll keep going here. Other than that, we'll leave it off. And so I'm being forced to exhaust my trump cards here. And so Mike here knows that he can essentially play all of his cards, and he doesn't have to worry because he knows nobody else has trump cards. And so me and Bill are hurting here. Right? Mike had essentially the entire set of trump cards. So we took 2. So my positive tally's at 7, and so we're actually close. So I'll play just to show you guys. Trump is hearts, and so what we'll do is we'll get rid of our lowest value cards that aren't hearts. Oh, how did I not see that 8 there? And so we got a lot of hearts here. I'm feeling good. We have to play a card on the lead suit whenever possible, right? That's just standard trick taking. In this case, what we'll do is we'll also play an ace here just to take that trick there. Then we'll play our club here. So Bill actually played his trump there. I did not expect that. So Bill has quite a good hand as well. Seems like I'm doing worse than everybody here. Please. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is a neutral round, but we're going to try again. Just want you guys to be able to see the scoring here, but I think you guys understand. It's no trump. We want to win as many tricks as we can. Let's exchange our lowest value cards here. Our lowest value cards here, and let's exchange them. We might get another even round here. That's kind of unfortunate. But at least you guys are able to see, I guess, more of how the game is really played here. And once again, no, okay. Okay, this seems like it's going to take forever, but essentially once a player hits 10 points, right, you add up and sum the values. And you add up the negative and positive. Once a player reaches 10 positive points, you add up the sum of the positive and negative points, and the player with the overall highest score wins Manny. And so that wraps up how to play Manny. It's a unique game. It's quite fun. It's definitely, I guess, in my top 5 of card games. And trust me, I know a lot. And so if I say that it is top 5, it means that it is quite a good card game. Because I am well versed with a lot of card games here, and so I highly suggest trying it out. I highly suggest playing it, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.